Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good Saturday. We're seeing a little bit more warmer and humid conditions across the East Texas area. Let me take you though to what has taken place from yesterday. Some significant severe weather across the Central Plains from late yesterday evening into the overnight. Several reports of tornadoes, but the reason why I show you this is because this all is a part of the cold front that is moving into East Texas. Now, the dynamics that the Central Plains had from Friday night through early this morning are not the same dynamics that we're going to see here in East Texas. Those dynamics are going to be greater up in portions of the Great Lakes and into the Midwest. This is where we already have a tornado watch out. You'll notice the red shading pop up here in just a moment. Chicago going back down near and just east of the St. Louis area. This is where the greater dynamics are located. Meanwhile, for us, it's the daytime heating that's going to help us see some stronger thunderstorms perhaps as we go through this afternoon and into this evening. But it's not going to be very widespread. Not everybody is going to see severe storms, but that doesn't mean we won't see storms in general, and those storms still could contain some lightning. So if you have some outdoor plans, you want to have the Storm Team app to keep an eye on everything. Right now, we are into the lower and the mid-80s at this point as we're starting to see a little bit more sunshine. Let me point your attention, though, to the dew points, the measure of the moisture. Our dew points right now are sitting into the 60s and the 70s, but DFW, a dew point down to 43, so they're clearly in the drier air, but the moisture here in place for us, combined with the daytime heating and the available energy in the atmosphere, this is going to help bring us the risk for a couple of stronger thunderstorms. So we definitely have the available energy for these storms, and looking at FUTURECAST on the instability, that's going to remain around too as we go into the late afternoon and into this evening, which is why we will see a chance for a couple of stronger thunderstorms. So we're still under a marginal risk from the Storm Prediction Center, but there was an outlook upgrade. We got a few counties in our east areas, technically Gregg, Rusk County, but mainly Panola, Harrison, Marion, Cass counties are under a slight risk. And all that means is that we could see a few more stronger thunderstorms in those locations. The marginal risk means an isolated risk for severe weather. Wind gusts and hail are the top concerns, but we cannot rule out an isolated tornado. I think overall, though, that chance is going to stay on the lower end of things for us. Let me show you what FUTURECAST has. We'll put this into motion for you. As we get through the late afternoon and heading into this evening, we'll start to see some of the scattered storms begin to increase. Notice there between about 4 and 6 o'clock, we'll begin to see some scattered thunderstorms begin to develop. So we'll need to watch for that. Again, not every storm is going to be severe, but heavy downpours, we could still have gusty winds that are not severe, 30, 40, maybe near 50 miles an hour, and then some lightning and heavy rain. Those will accompany any general thunderstorm that moves through. And then if the storm is able to get a little bit stronger, we can't rule out a stronger storm with wind gusts at severe criteria, 60 miles an hour, or 1 inch in diameter hail. That is also possible. So this will be the trend into the evening. These storms look like they're going to work their way into deep East Texas. So if you're in our southern counties, you'll need to keep an eye on the radar too for this evening. We could have some heavier and stronger storms. We'll be watching for that here as well as we go into the nighttime hours. After midnight, it does look like a lot of the precipitation will fall apart, but note where the front is. It's not moving a whole lot. So it's going to be located near I-20, maybe as far south as Highway 79. What this eventually sets the stage for us is some patchy fog to develop and just more of a muggy start tomorrow morning. If you're north of this front, we may see some low 60s and some 50s briefly tomorrow morning, along with some brief fog that may develop. A couple of showers in play to start our Sunday morning, but then Sunday afternoon, we may see a few more afternoon thunderstorms pop up as we get that daytime heating and the surge of warmer air starting to move back into the East Texas area. So the severe threat starting at 5 o'clock today through tomorrow morning. It's heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, low to medium category. Meteorologist Andrew Salmon in this evening, so he may update this just a little bit more. I think our general thinking, though, is that we're not anticipating every storm to turn severe. So if we were to see a severe storm, it would be for wind gusts, the potential for hail. The tornado threat, not zero, but it is relatively low. We just don't have the greater weather dynamics like what we've seen in the last several storm events that we went through here in the spring season. So all of this, we're going to be watching for it carefully. Make sure that you download our East Texas Storm Team app. You'll be able to see FUTURECAST there. What I just showed you is the same model that we have on our Storm Team app. You'll be able to see that there. And then if you're out and about this evening or you're going to bed early tonight, always a good idea to make sure that you have those lightning and weather alerts just in case. If we get any sort of weather notifications, you will be notified. And then, of course, you can always share your photos and videos with us. So we'll be watching things closely this evening. Andrew is in with the latest 5 o'clock on KETK, and then we'll have our broadcast at 9 o'clock. I believe it's after the football game that's on tonight, and then we're back on KETK News at 10, 9 o'clock on Fox 51. And I'll be in to assist Andrew in case things get out of hand. And we've been chatting here ever since earlier this morning. So stay weather aware. We'll be keeping an eye on things closely, but enjoy the weather that we have outside for today. Even though it's humid, stay hydrated, and also keep an eye on the storms that may move in a little bit later on. Hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll check in with you. Next update from Andrew later this evening.